the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
For ene Omanhene kwabena asante ene Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe ID anodona de freno eye Napo oye immediate past running mate to Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia na osanso eye former education minister ana osanso aye mrahwebedwani e de ama eye adehia na ewo Bensha South Pen na ene one Omanhene adwetwe enkomo na enkomo mu die no nyina efa Nsem-Pii the current education minister Honorable Harruna Iddrisu any NDC for any nam Kandiguna na Danko Kufuado free senior high school policy any double track na chese omode bae no ehufin no ene Napo kano emphatically the atre Omanhene say before say ono Napo be free as education minister no na sa double track system na NDC for ne omo bae ya mofan kwatwere wasi a wono ma feeling overwhelming no omo shifty blame the akoso no na sa double track system no anyhow or an mesan esisu bi or say before say omo be free as education minister no na double track system no na anyhow na se Harruna Iddrisu aye na adwen say opese oye education minister ni yie na oma education no etu import say de omo Napo any doctor say we bitwum eye na omre no ho ase no nya botre no mo nkyire ni namia bi ani so yemfa gidigidi enko education ministry ho. In fact, and then Napo and what they and some agwabontin HSA or cabinet document now or HSA or more a double track nim. I'll bet him the approve NDC for wrong. Now, yeah, Kaya, more for culture wasino over 220,000 students and I just say a failure. Almost shifty blame no and they call a sa double track no as so Ghana he say a one policy near by no diaba our friend no fees stress policy. I just say level 100 students call a year tertiary education mono. And I just say what for Mahama mofando dona a failing said a bayana uncle boka elho. In fact, and then Napo and then some to abonting expose NDC for no. If I say our false claims here one any brain niti and somehow or cannot and anoplay.
But you've been in the news because you've been an education minister before on this issue of double track and a free SHS. So okay, the finance minister now not done the 2026 budget. Now go crata for 131 in some account or say sana mon 2 free SHS ne double track no e won sunsan so no anye papa ammo minor afanyina wo hwa ammo se utie san komo we anya chefa ewo yen krata mu yen ngoma mu a na se oduma be nyina no wa hai wo kwan bi so
oh where oh, sir, no cray back up. Okay. When you no cray and sanda, there be no cray back up. The medical can say, sound to me, no man can so shade. Double track. Wait, me, I can say, may make me I need a double track by. May free ministry, no. Me jai double track.
O free ministry. Mr. Chirubi, maybe we take the whole. Forgive me, but I'll take the whole channel. See
you. Me am minister. But they double track by. Answer me free Ministry of Education. No more call cabinet. No cabinet document. I mean to be actual. I could get approval from cabinet. Say yeah, end the double track.
But even this kind by 2026 budget talks about the double track that by year 2027.
If it's a month, yes. Oh, so because they pay you for a 2 minister for another president for so man sanse ensia embusa ami ancheche mo a won't say Ghana obia no be adwen say me share double track asedo ade ba ko pa become organ for nyina hu say ye nya track A, track B, track 1, track 2 you be call gold track any green track no wa mu say obi o school mfie nan say you gold and green
gold ni green no
ego ejai da ejai 2021
hey foreign minister maybe Uber version is that one community that gold ni green ego
and the term 2021
So what are we operating now?
The first transitional calendar. The first free SHS for a called pure transitional calendar, double tracking cover. Our first group about in 2025. Me say the first senior high school cohort are a core transitional calendar. The first group are a year, 3 years, no years, and results about and no more about this year.
That means that double track nini ho. Ye page mwako be di fufuro no. Any gold and green no. E won so na ye hu ada.
Because the last batch of double track as implemented by schools kakra bi double track 2021. So if you want to say double track, the last group are a double track, a gold and green, ABA school 2024.
Okay, Mr. Basa question, but my main TV has double track. No, say Minister, President, then Akufo Minister of Development and Akufo His Excellency. Not the end of the person watching, the end of mom the buy.
Tell about maybe a minister. Now, averagely, a qualified back secondary school every year, between 200 and 250,000 out of nearly 400,000 a choice of it. Because the sorry cannot be paying your fees in India. It couldn't even write the sorry. And almost all back secondary school that be bring to me because of school fees, secretary, and normal P. Until your first year 2017, the kind say, "Oh, pass BEC, you beji work for free SHS." This say, "Oh, kunta na English and kuno." So kunta na English and kuno. Sako school na uko BEC no. Register of free na sayibu.
So mo sa share na e ma ho kwan ma se o tro so he na isinto bema utimi sa akosa bia na ekotro.
That is the first thing we did. Until 2017, we had BEC 2017 and Omoba Secondary School 2017. We had 9 English and now maths. You had you. You did not buy some school. Yes, I can say BEC school fees. No, if you know question fees, a bit here. It is uncle. I know some baby my register free. That's the first. Safina, yes, I am. I said, what's the fees 100%? So called public school are buying beach here. BEC 100% are buying beach here. So called public school. So first year I'm a minister and you're the buy. It's a coba say the Nkolana Dorso old school. Over 290,000 Nkolana call first year. It's a bar second year now called 2018. Now Nkolana say free SHS adana do kan e yampa. Ti mo ti fi kra o went to be anko school line to be anto aso bebe ko ba ko register DC
Because no matter jet to say.
because no more get to say
And they always say-
say we no na pass here we go school free. 2017 for a true BEC. 2018 for a true BEC. I don't say from 2018 September Momoko Secondary School. Now for a bob bede and ma. Yeah, 2017 for now. We need call single track so they not gonna schools in call. Ne hwe kolana na e bana. You can say a single track not twice one. It moved 189,000 in your school in call. Oma passing sorry.
Nti jina yi nkwada wa passing sorry no. Say me call the normal structure na
Single track.
ye bekem.
You be killed.
Dodo na inya sa kwanya.
And I have been paying for organ education service. It's not say a dream was it. Yes, we have pass no way. Every official government policy.
O pass ya unya kwan.
Pass your car. And then no school akusu there. Why ban na internet fee na why ban na school?
Because sa be no sa na oka. Say na why ba na say fi na why ba ni school. Ba say no so nche say fa de so no gu eko.
Yeah. It's not saying no more be at the same time. So 2018, the ED can hear and say, now oko secondary schooler, ubiako term 1, term 2, term 3, send you be any. Right. You got 3 terms. They say, see, let's remember, Agent Colano be bree was secondary school, I'm be any quite there. This is a son 3 terms, no, near a semester.
And no matter what TDC.
Eba. Create you. But can't you change you so that. Dede enya dey esi. E dede bi bofe e dede bi ba Ghana. Eso na wa bi do sakana na be ma ya. Eso na nye dokwe. Obi aye wo bi so. Na wa okay. No trust stages no. It will be first round we put depend now. Yes. Anyway, obi anya kokodu ameka say the ba ya. Eso so obi ku bi. And dokwe. Yeah, boni party to trust stations no. But it's a different scenario. With a different scenario. The person can say, did there a man for to be caught about it, coin bonino, and don't just be crazy. You didn't make a home, they didn't make a be. And then they catch you say, did they bar on TP? If you say, now, and some cherry for me, I imagine said the Ebeke be a monte. It's a double track, and can say, you're quite less in ya. Make a very honest say, any year that it be good. Because you see, teacher me, school ya kwada no inkuta udi, e bread do awunya, na dia no makwose saba na the green, and then the yellow, and then the pink. So answer na education. Every year education minister. No mo got 3 terms no. O mo got 3 terms in training pa. No mo na 1,080 hours a year in the 3 terms. Usua de don hwe ya pim any of the ochi. Afimuni contact hours, which is the key determinant of quality of education. No. And then they catch on. One who say, double track, Penia, one of the best universities in Ghana, if not the best. SHS University. Professor Diode Oka said, Diode double track to buy, also double track system. When your objective, when you back one of Lancaster University, so you share okay, the same thing. I say, policies no me two was a kind. Now the way education that you know, say they but over time a chino to be full. There have been educations for the rest of their lives, all their lives. Professor Napo Mensa, Reverend Afoble, Kwame Nsua. To these pillars, especially money for I die of give parfait. Extraordinary brains. These are the brains that I'm telling you. It is always an Napo Casa and I don't Napo. Obi na here Jumano and Napo Edi Edimu. It's not what we could do. Some of them have worked for 40 years all their life. The Educational Commissioner and the President before one I say. So I had their concrete training college, right? Ghana Education Service Director General. Some of them too for, and I also who say something for there. Now education will be called one another debate. Software no UUW, or not a vice chancellor. Who can go to UUW bomb abaso? Or say all the PhD, and no one no can say be improving Ghana education. Many ministers are not be improving. It's not mean kind of book down. Now, Australia, you are my year, maybe my UEW bomb. First, university bomb abaso. UEW. So, calendar. How many education ministers near bomb abaso during the time they were even in education? Super, fantastic. But 3 universities. 3 universities, remember? UEW. UPS, UEW, bomb abaso. I was the education minister. Or a teacher education university. UCC Bowabaso. Or a teacher education university. UPSA Bowabaso. Or a professional university, education university. Why? Because all professional societies are organized. Minister are passing laws. Apart from Chartered Institute of Taxation, Chartered Institute of Banking, Chartered Institute of HR professionals, Chartered Accountancy for, we have those opponents. So I interacted with all of them. They knew what we were doing. And then we created that. So about contact hours, yeah, this semester semester be replace it at the 3 terms.
SOT.
It's at increasing. In the 3 terms, there 1,080 are pim every watch. In the 2 semesters that we conceived for double track, there are 1,134, 54 hours more in a year.
But
I didn't see the year, so I was
remember how your calendar works, but I was then a challenging because you edit. Doctor Oti,
Doctor Oti, but the evidence that share of what we say will be also double track. That's why make us say, we say, we want 2 minutes of 4 for we use the same terms. We say from 2021 admission, 2021 cohort into secondary school, 2021 January in the year 2024 because the year semesters. The minister, the double track had been so successful because in the 2020 WASI, results are double track for 5 months because of COVID. Maybe see that. West Africa, who's in English speaking West Africa, years as well. Sierra Leone, Liberia, Ghana, Nigeria, Gambia. 5 years as well. For the first time, top 3 students in the 2020 WASI were from Ghana. Subsequently, Ghana for now top first 2, so 2025 year meaning. First 2 and now second and third. Now first 2, sir. For the first time, I'm going to be recording record 2023 SHS one. All those are 8 ones, 8 A's, 8 A's, 8 A's, 8 A's, 8 A's. Ghana 88%, 411 out of 460.
Those 8 A's now.
8 A's, ABC.
Operating under
a double track. They were the first double track cohort.
Do we have this record?
We have all these records there. Why you records there? Why you records there?
Such a performance.
Yes. It didn't see that. Why you has all the records? Wait, no. It didn't see that. West African House Council, all 3 top were Ghanaians. 88%. It didn't see that. Records that were white.
Back to the hours. So,
it's a semester. What we did was say, in our schools, I started school 10 time period early 1 hour and closed later 1 hour. So instead of starting school, we started 8 o'clock and then 1.12 and now 2. We started 8, 1.3. Now we started 7, 1.3, depending upon the school. That was the first thing. You share double track, every say the teacher for chill because 2 streams nearby school. We employed nearly 9,000 teachers more. We need your foreign Ghana and the Ghana Education Service.
Who engage the service of how many teachers? 9,000.
9,000 only for double track.
9,000.
Yes. Only for double track.
Yeah, no better maybe or anyway.
8,872 to be precise.
On record.
On record. To fill the vacancies in the schools that were doing double track. On Mr. Carson, they told me the number of schools in Ghana a year double track, even what was less than 50% of the secondary school that existed. As education is like, yes, secondary school behind here double track, only 350 and less near double track. Put it on record, and so check it. Those schools that here double track because Ghana from independence I buy started exams. Secondary school the Akolano people will choose to go. Baby ote. So you say baby ope. Baby ote. No baby ote. And 2 because and then baby schools no warning in schools papa no warning in na we baby Akolano titi. It below him said Ghana most of our best schools are in Cape Coast. Or majority of our best schools. It's Ghana Education Service for friend grade A schools and now category 1 schools. Category 1 schools. Ghana is about 55. You know Ghana. In Colorado, do happen so much. So when we did the analysis, We needed about 300 and something schools. In Kolande Kwa, I'll say a double intake, and I say increase intake. It is what all double tracks sought to do was that normally if I was achievement of 40 per 1,000. But because in Kolano, we said 1,189,000 in a child only place. It is a better than achievement of weight may increase, Pempe increase, Fancy Money increase, Wesley Girls, Holy Child, Archbishop Porter, Presec, we call Presec Medina, Presec, schools will very no more increase. See, they increases our schools by nearly 50%, between 40 and 50%. Near the double track about. It is note 2017 for that, and now to buy a June first. How many years of 2018? Only that single track. 2018 for that, Omanhene school subsequently, and they call double track. So what else? You're increasing contract hours. Sometime now they call Parliament, call 500 million dollars. What? G approval for 1.5 billion for Ghana get fund. No budget in tranches. No much will be 500 for secondary interventions, 500 for basic school interventions, 500 for university interventions.
So those are the infrastructure types.
That is why Ghana Education Trust for to me funding 4,000 structures in schools, mainly secondary schools.
That figures no crown. You say this current administration may dispute you. Figures remember because well Sikana Mokoji, but some of us because who that kind of expansion. But you talked about a transitional. Yes, started double track. We call cabinet the infrastructure deficit, the teacher deficit we need to solve. I don't know how present your cabinet because you knew deficit. It's a crash program. That is why I make actual say in 2020, before I had 2020 students about 2021, I could go back to cabinet and I will approve. I'll make them a copy. So we should end double track because schools not near double track, and the students not near double track, and no infrastructure to accommodate them in single track. It is the 500 catching what one, not 1,000 need to be accommodated. The available places for 500 every year. That's why I could go back to cabinet. That's why I was telling you that when I went to cabinet, there were only 2 schools.